Hi everyone, my name is Danielle and I'm from the Yoga Impact Charity, and welcome to our 1 hour slow flow in honour of International Yoga Day. Thank you for joining me. I'd like to, before we begin, acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we're meeting today. And if you haven't practiced with me before, know that everything that I'm sharing is an invitation. So all the shapes that you're making with your body and the rhythm that you're moving in, whether you close your eyes or not during meditation and relaxation, everything's your choice. Especially in this virtual format, it's really wonderful if you can listen to your body and connect with what feels good for you. So what we're going to be doing today is focusing on connecting to our centre. So we're going to move in our shapes, creating a little bit more space in the body and connecting to the strongest part of ourselves. And then we're going to move into a meditation where we're going to create some more space in the mind and nurture any challenging feelings that we might be sitting with before we move into a beautiful relaxation. So when you feel ready, we'll find a nice comfortable seat. You can sit in any position. I'm going to cross my legs, bring the hands to the knees. And you might close the eyes down, or you might simply softly gaze. And we're just going to check in with what's happening this morning. So begin to observe your physical body. You might begin to scan the body from the crown of the head all the way down to the toes. And just noticing any areas where you might be holding tension. So observing what's happening in the hips, observing what's happening in the belly, notice what's happening in the chest, the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. And then beginning to scan what's happening in your mental body. So notice the rhythm and the pace of your thoughts this morning. You might notice that there are some thoughts that keep repeating. And whatever you're noticing, simply observing without any judgment. And then we're going to begin to check in with our heart body. How are you feeling this morning? Noticing you might be feeling some spaciousness, some joy, anxiety, expansiveness. Maybe you feel conflicting emotions at the same time. Whatever you're feeling, creating space for all of it. And next, draw your attention to your center. So that might be your belly. So it might be the belly button, or it might be your heart center. So when we're connected in with our center, we're best able to move through the waves of experience. And just asking yourself, what do I need for my practice this morning? you feel ready, if the eyes are closed, we'll gently float them open. And we'll all meet on all fours. So stacking the shoulders and the wrists, stacking the hips and the knees. As you inhale, we'll lift the sit bones, lift the head. And as you exhale, we'll round the spine, chin to the chest. Using the inhale, lift the head, lift the sit bones. And the exhale to round the spine, chin towards the chest. And just beginning to move with a rhythm that's comfortable for your body. And then finding your center, nice neutral spine. We're going to take an inhale here. And as you exhale, sitting towards the heels. Use your inhale to come up to all fours. Use your exhale to sit towards the heels. The inhale coming up to all fours. And the exhale sitting towards the heels. Coming back up as you inhale and exhaling at the center. Beautiful. As you inhale, we're going to extend the right leg behind you. And as you exhale, extending the arm, opposite arm. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, round the spine into your center. Using the inhale to get long. And the exhale to hug into the center. The exhale to extend, hugging into the center. And just two more like that. Moving in a rhythm that's comfortable for you. And on the next exhale, let's come back to the center and change sides. So extending the left leg behind you, pushing through the heel of the foot and reaching the opposite arm forward. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, hugging into the center, rounding the spine. Inhale, extending. Exhale, hugging into the center. Moving in a rhythm that's comfortable for you. Just a couple more like that. And when you're ready, coming back to your center. Beautiful. Taking an inhale here. And with the exhale, we're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips, move into a gentle down dog. Using the inhale, dropping the knees to the ground. And as you exhale, lifting the hips to the sky, belly button moves towards the spine. Using the inhale, knees come to the ground. As you exhale, lifting the hips. Let's stay here. So you might be pedaling your feet from side to side. You might be bending your knees. Doing whatever feels comfortable for your first down dog this morning. As you inhale, we're going to reach the right leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, step the right foot through to the front of the mat. Plant the left hand into the ground. And as you do, reach the right arm up to the sky. Collarbones nice and broad here. On the next exhale, bringing the hands back to the floor, plant the hands and step back to the downward facing dog. Take a breath here. As you inhale, extending that left leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, step the left foot through to the front of the mat. Plant the feet as you inhale, twist that left arm up to the sky. Tail of every exhale, bringing your belly button towards your spine. On your next exhale, plant both hands into the floor and step back to downward facing dog. We're going to take a slow walk to meet the hands and bending the knees, just hanging out for a breath or two here. And then slowly, gently beginning to come up to a standing position. And we'll meet at the center. Let's bring our hands at the heart. We'll take a breath here. As you inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, softening forward, you can bend the knees if you like. Use the inhale to come up halfway. As you exhale, plant the hands and then jump or step back to a plank position and lower to the ground. You can drop the knees, chest and chin, or you come straight down to the ground. Use your inhale to peel the chest away from the floor. And as you exhale, either coming to child's pose, all fours, or downward facing dog. We're going to take 3 breaths here. At the tail of every exhale, draw your belly button towards the spine. Concentrating your attention at your center. We're going to look forward and step or jump the feet to the hands. As you plant the feet into the ground, use the inhale to reach the arms, maybe you look up. And the exhale, the hands come back to the heart center. Using your inhale, reaching the arms up. The exhale takes you forward. You can bend the knees here. The inhale, lengthening the spine. And then planting the hands with the exhale, jumping or stepping back to plank and lowering down. You can drop the knees and then the chest and the chin or come all the way down. Either to cobra or upward facing dog. And your exhale takes you back to child's pose, all fours, or downward facing dog. As you inhale, let's extend the right leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, let's step the right foot through to the front of the mat. Use your inhale to grow nice and tall as you reach the arms towards the sky. On your next inhale, let's open up the arms into the warrior two. So the right knee is tracking over the right ankle and the arms are extending out. Tail of the exhale, belly button moving towards the spine. Resting the attention in the center. As you inhale, peaceful warrior, reaching right arm back, opening to the side body. And as you exhale, extended side ankle. Right arm, right thigh, left arm, sky. Use the inhale, reversing the warrior, reaching back. And as you exhale, bringing the hands back to frame the foot, plant the hands into the earth and step back to the downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. Use the inhale, reach the left leg towards the sky. As you exhale, the left foot steps through to the front of the mat. Press the feet into the ground. Use the inhale to reach. On your next inhale, opening up the arms, tracking the left knee over the left ankle. Collarbones broadening as the arms are reaching out. Strong, steady feet and legs. Use your inhale to reverse into the peaceful warrior. And then bringing the left hand to the left thigh, the right arm to the sky. Use the inhale, reversing, opening into the side body. And then curling the hands to frame the front foot. and stepping back to the downward facing dog. Either walk or jump the feet towards the hands. Press the feet strongly into the ground. Use the inhale to reach. And then bringing the hands to the heart center. Pausing here. Use your inhale to reach the arms to the sky. And bowing forward as you exhale. Using the inhale to lengthen the spine. And then planting the hands into the floor. Step or jump the feet to plank and lower down in a way that's comfortable for you. Use the inhale to lift the chest, cobra or up dog, and then moving into the downward facing dog or child's pose. Reaching the right leg to the sky, and then stepping the right foot forward, reaching the arms skyward into your crescent lunge. Moving into the warrior two. On the next inhale, reversing the warrior. And then moving into the extended side ankle. On the next inhale, reversing. And then cartwheeling the hands to the floor to frame the foot and stepping back to the downward facing dog. Pause here. And use the inhale to extend the left leg, and then the left foot steps through to the front of the mat, planting the feet into the ground to reach up. On the next exhale, opening up the arms. Use the inhale to reverse the warrior, and exhale, extended side angle. The inhale to reverse, and the exhale, framing the foot, plant the feet into the ground, and stepping back, downward facing dog. Pause. We'll walk or jump the feet to the hands, planting the hands into the earth, reaching tall. Hands coming back to the heart center. When you're ready, we'll take the feet apart and we're going to turn the feet to the right hand side. As you inhale, extending the arms, creating space across the collarbones, and then using your exhale, bringing the right hand to the top of the foot, ankle or shin, depending on what feels good for you, and reaching the left arm up to the sky. On your exhale, extend that top arm up and over. Use the inhale, reach the arm up. And extending the arm up and over, breathing into the side body. Inhale, reaching up. And then extending the arm up and over. Reaching the arm up. You can stay here, or if you like, maybe you begin to move into your half moon. So whatever feels comfortable for you. If you are moving into your half moon, maybe you begin to transfer the weight into your right foot and right hand. And maybe you begin to extend your left arm, maybe you extend your gaze upward. Wherever you are, can you maintain awareness of your center? Belly button moving towards the spine at the tail of the exhale. And then slowly, gently moving back to the center. We'll bring the hands to the waist. We'll take an inhale here, lengthening the spine. And then softening forward. You can keep the hands on the waist, or you could move them to the shins. You could also move them to the floor, whatever feels comfortable for you. Tail of every exhale, belly button moving towards the spine. Attention in the center, supporting the spine. Slowly, gently coming back up to standing. Any dizziness, just bring chin to the chest and take a moment. When you feel ready, we'll turn the feet in the other direction. Extending the arms with the inhale. And as you exhale, take the top of the foot, ankle or shin, moving into your Trigonometry, triangle pose. Reaching the top arm up, and then extending the arm up and over, opening the side body. Using the inhale, reach the arm up. The exhale, creating space in the side body. One more like that. Either you're going to stay here, or if you feel comfortable, you might transition into your half moon. So do what works for you. You might bring your left hand into the ground as you begin to reach the right leg skyward. Maybe the right arm does the same thing. Wherever you are, make it easy, make it comfortable. And gracefully transitioning back to the center. We'll bring the hands to the waist. Your choice, what you'd like to do here. So you might interlace the hands behind the back to take the creases of the elbows, or you might interlace the fingers. Opening, lengthening the spine, using the exhale to soften forward. And distributing the weight evenly through the feet. Tucking the chin to the back of the neck is softening and releasing. Use your inhale to come up and then finding the center with the exhale. And toe heel the feet into the center when you're ready. And just finding a nice even distribution of the weight throughout the feet. So all four corners of the feet strongly planting into the earth, pressing each of the toes if it's available into the ground. And we're going to transfer the weight so that it's into the right foot, and the left knee begins to lift. Finding space through the shoulders. When you feel ready, we're going to transition into the warrior three. So if you'd like to stay in your center, physically as well as mentally, you can bring your hands to your heart as you begin to tip the weight forward, extend the leg behind you. If you'd like extra balance, you could reach the arms out like wings. And if you want an extra challenge, reach the arms forward, bringing the body so that it's parallel with the ground. So finding an expression that's comfortable for your body. And slowly, gently coming back down to the center, transferring the weight to the other side. When you're ready, reaching the knee, reaching the arms. Of course, you're welcome to keep the hands at the heart center. Finding stability in these shapes, physically and for the moment. Feeling the strength of the leg supporting you in this shape. And either hands are at the heart center as you transition into the warrior three, or maybe there's extra support arms out like wings, or an extra challenge arms reaching forward. to transition back to the center. Take a pause here. When you're ready, using the inhale to reach the arms up to the sky, and then hinging at the hips to fold forward, you can bend the knees. Use the inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, plant the hands and jump a step back to the plank. So nice and steady here. If this is uncomfortable at any point, you're welcome to drop the knees. We're going to transition into the side plank. So planting the left hand and the edge of the left foot into the floor as we extend the right arm to the sky. If that's not happening for you, dropping the knee for some extra support. Wherever you are, maintaining that connection to your center. Tail of every exhale, belly button moving towards the spine. Using the exhale, coming back to plank. You can rest at any time. And transitioning to the other side when you feel ready. So planting the right hand and the edge of the right foot into the floor. And if that's not working for you at any time, you're dropping the knee underneath that hip and staying connected to your center wherever you are. And slowly, gently coming back to the center. You can drop the knees at any time. And either coming straight down onto the belly, or you could come knees, chest, chin, or slowly coming down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and resting on the tummy. So from here, we're going to bring our hands beside the chest, tuck the elbows into the chest, use the inhale as you lift the chest, and the exhale to soften down. Use the inhale to lift the chest, the exhale to soften down. On your next inhale, you could lift the chest and stay here, or you could extend the arms, lift the legs. You could stay where you are, or you could bend the knees, take the tops of the feet or ankles. And slowly beginning to come back down to the ground. And let's just take a couple of moments to have rest now. Keeping the mind focused even during the rest. When you feel ready, we're going to roll to one side and come up to a seated position. So we're going to bend the right knee in first, and then open the knee towards the ground. Using your inhale, reach the arms up, create space, and the exhale to soften and melt. Using the inhale to reach, and the exhale to soften forward. The inhale to reach, and the exhale to soften. You can bring your hands on to the shins, the floor, big toe, wherever you are, finding a comfortable shape for your body. Tail of every exhale, belly button moving towards the spine, supporting the low back and concentrating your attention on your center. We're going to keep one hand connected to the leg as we begin to twist. You're welcome to stay here, or you could bring the top arm up and over. So the top arm might be up and over a little bit, or it might be reaching to take the top of the foot, wherever you are, twisting the heart up towards the sky so that you're in a nice comfortable shape. Noticing what you feel here. And slowly, gently coming out of the shape. We're just going to take a pause here, bringing the hands to both knees. You can close the eyes or softly gaze. Noticing any residue of the shape. When you feel ready, opening the eyes if they're closed, releasing the shape. Let's change sides. Bringing the left knee into the body and then opening the left knee to the floor. Reaching the arms up, softening forward. Reaching the arms up, softening forward. Reaching the arms up and softening forward. You can bring the hands to the shins, the ankle or the big toe, finding a nice comfortable shape for you. Grounding both of the sit bones evenly into the earth. Noticing any places in the physical body where there's holding. And when you feel ready, keeping one hand connected, beginning to twist. And if it's comfortable for you, maybe reaching the top arm up and over. It could be all the way over, or maybe not. Listening to what your body needs right now. Slowly, gently coming back to the center. Taking a pause here, both of the hands on the knees. You can close the eyes or softly gaze. And just observing what you're feeling. Without any judgment, without trying to fix anything. Just noticing. When you're ready, floating the eyes open and releasing the shape. We're going to move into boat pose now in Navasana. So we'll bend the knees. And you are welcome to simply stay here, lifting the chest up to the sky. Or maybe you begin to lift the shins so that they're parallel with the ground. Maybe you lift the legs and have the legs straight. Maybe you're reaching the arms forward. One more challenge. Wherever you are, tail of the exhale, belly button moving towards the spine, supporting the low back. Maintaining that connection to the center. And slowly, gently, we'll find our way to the ground, lying onto the back. And once you're on the ground, just taking a moment to notice the place where your body is connecting to the floor. So arriving on the back, and when you're ready, bending the knees so the feet come underneath the knees. And as you inhale, we're going to lift the hips. If it's comfortable, lift the hands up. And as you exhale, coming back down to the ground. Using the inhale, lift the arms, lift the hips. Using the exhale, hips and hands come back down to the ground. Let's do that twice more.
And next time the hands come to the ground, lift the hips away from the ground. You can stay here, or you could move into a full back bend, moving into the wheel. So choosing an expression that's comfortable and suits your needs for the practice this morning. Wherever you are, feeling the hands and the feet supporting you in the shape. And slowly, gently beginning to make your way back to the earth. And then just doing whatever feels comfortable for your low back. So we've all got different bodies. You might want to bring the knees into the chest, give them a squeeze. You could very subtly move the knees back and forth. You could move them from side to side. So just a nice massage for your low back. You could also press the feet into the ground. Windscreen wiper the knees from side to side. And when your low back feels good and you feel ready to move on, we're going to move into a gentle twist. So we're going to lift the hips and just slightly shift them to the right. Straighten the left leg as we begin to cross the knee over the body. Once you find a comfortable spot for you, we'll pause here. While you're in this shape, scanning the physical body, notice any places where there's holding, noticing what's happening in the hips, the tummy, the shoulders, the jaw, and the mind. When you feel ready, coming back to the center, let's take a pause at the center. And then beginning to change sides, lifting the hips, transitioning the hips to the left as you straighten the right leg, cross the right knee over, and begin to move into a comfortable twist for your body. When you're ready, slowly transitioning back to your center. Taking a moment there. And we're going to move into a meditation. So it's up to you what shape you'd like to be in for the meditation. You could come to lie down now and cover yourself with a blanket, or you could roll onto the side and meet me in a seated position. So it just depends on whatever is calling you this morning. And the meditation that we're going to be moving through this morning is all about nurturing any challenging feelings that we might be sitting with. So we've just done a practice that's about centering our physical body and our attention and cultivating a strong center. And now we're going to, from that center, hold space and nurture any challenging feelings. So finding a really comfortable position. You might notice all of the places where your body is connecting to the earth. You're welcome to close the eyes, or if that doesn't feel comfortable, you can just softly gaze. And this meditation is called Rain. It's a meditation by a Buddhist teacher who's also a psychologist.
So the first thing that we're going to do is simply to recognize. So we're recognizing how you feel right now. What needs your attention? It might be something challenging. What is most predominant for you this morning? Next, we're going to allow it. So whatever you're feeling this morning, simply let it be. So we're not trying to fix anything. We're not judging anything. Allow it to be exactly as it is. Next, we're going to investigate. Where do you feel this in your body? You might even want to bring your hand to touch that part of your body where you're feeling this vulnerable part of yourself. And next, we're going to nurture this feeling that's arising. Ask yourself, what does this place need? Compassion, love, acceptance, understanding. You might sense a natural arising from your heart space, nurturing, giving you what you need right now. And if you do, knowing that this natural arising from your heart center is truth, and it's bigger than any story that you tell yourself. Whenever you feel ready, we're going to slowly transition into our relaxation. So if you are seated, coming to lie onto your back or any other comfortable position for you. Resting in this nurturing center that you've been cultivating in your practice. Allow the front of your body to soften and melt into your center body. Allowing your center body to soften and melt into the back of your body. And allowing the back of your body, with the support of gravity, to soften and melt into the support of the earth. Together, we will rest in this supported and comfortable place. Nothing to do and nowhere to be. And I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Slowly beginning to reawaken your body. So when you feel ready, you might begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. You might yawn the body awake, maybe stretch up to the sky, maybe pointing the toes. And if it's comfortable, maybe you start to bend the knees and roll onto one side. So you might use your right arm as a pillow. Just taking a moment there. So no rush as you're transitioning back into your day. You're going to slowly take your time to come up to any comfortable seated position. So I'm going to cross my legs and bring my hands onto my knees, but you can be in any shape that feels comfortable for you. And if it feels comfortable, you can have the eyes closed or softly gazing. And once you're in your comfortable position, notice where the body's connecting to the ground. And again, we're going to check in with what's happening in the physical body. So scanning the body again, from the crown of the head to the feet. Notice what's changed. What stayed the same. So observing any shifts. Noticing mentally, have there been any shifts? What stayed the same? And again, no judgment, no fixing, just noticing. And as you make your observations, if anywhere feels really good, I want you to keep your attention there. And if nowhere feels good, then focus your attention on the part that feels the least bad. Carrying that with you into the rest of your day and your evening and the rest of your week. When you feel ready, bring the hands to the heart center and bowing the head to the heart. Thank you so much for joining me for this centering practice this morning, honouring International Yoga Day, and thank you to Lululemon for hosting me. Wishing you a beautiful